I had never seen a shooting star before. 25 years of rotations passes through comets' paths and travel, and to my memory I had never witnessed burning debris scratch across the night sky. Radiohead were hunched over their instruments. Tom York slowly beat on a grand piano, singing, eyes closed, into his microphone like he was trying to kiss around the big nose. Colin Greenwood tapped patiently on a double bass, waiting for his cue. White pearls of arena lights swam over their faces. A lazy disco light spilled artificial constellations inside the aluminum cove of the makeshift stage. The metal skeleton of the stage ate one end of Florence's Piazza Santa Croce, on the steps of the Santa Croce Cathedral, Michelangelo's bones and cobblestone laid beneath. I stared entranced, soaking in Radiohead's new material, chiseling each sound into the best functioning parts of my brain, which would be the only sound system for the material for months. The butterscotch lamps along the walls of the tight city square bled upward into the cobalt sky, which seemed as strikingly artificial and perfect as a wizard's cap. The staccato piano chords ascended repeatedly. Black-eyed angels swam at me. York sang this like his dying words. There was nothing to fear, nothing to hide. The trained, critical part of me marked the similarity to Coltrane's Olé. The human part of me wept in awe. The Italians surrounding me held their breath in communion, save for the drunken few shouting, "Creep." Suddenly, a rise of whistles and orgasmic cries swept unfittingly through the crowd. The song, Egyptian Song, was certainly momentous, but wasn't the response more apt for, well, creep? I looked up. I thought it was fireworks. A teardrop of fire shot from space and disappeared behind the church where the syrupy river Arno crawled. Radiohead had the heavens on their side. For further testament, Chipchenko and I both suffered auto-deliberating accidents in the same week, in different parts of the country, while blasting airbag in our respective Japanese imports. For months, I feared playing the song about car crashes in my car, just as I feared passing 18-wheelers after nearly being crushed by one in 1990. With good reason. I suspect Radiohead to possess incomprehensible powers. The evidence is only compounded with Kid A, the rubber match in the band's legacy, an album which completely obliterates how albums and Radiohead themselves will be considered. Even the heralded OK Computer has been nudged down one spot in Valhalla. Kid A makes rock and roll childish. Considerations on its merits as rock, i.e. its radio fodder potential, its guitar riffs, and its hooks, are pointless. Comparing this to other albums is like comparing an aquarium to blue construction paper, and not because it's jazz or fusion or ambient or electronic. Classifications don't come to mind once deep inside this expansive, hypnotic world. Ransom, the theologist hero of C.S. Lewis's Out of the Silent Planet, who is kidnapped and taken to another planet, initially finds his scholarship useless in his new surroundings, just tries to survive the beautiful new world. The experience and emotions tied to listening to Kid A are like witnessing the stillborn birth of a child while simultaneously having the opportunity to see her play in the afterlife on IMAX. It's an album of sparking paradox. It's cacophonous yet tranquil, experimental yet familiar, foreign yet womb-like, spacious yet visceral, textured yet vaporous, awakening yet dreamlike, infinite yet 48 minutes. It will cleanse your brain of those little crustaceans of worries and inferior albums clinging inside the fold of your gray matter. The harrowing sounds hit from unseen angles and emanate with inhuman genesis. When the headphones peel off, and it occurs that 6 men, Nigel Godrich included, created this, it's clear that Radiohead must be the greatest band alive, if not the best band since you know who. Breathing people made this record, and you can't wait to dive back in and try to prove that wrong over and over.